Hey, this is the Headset Historian, and today we're going to take a look at the S3 Pro Headstrap from BoboVR. So I ordered this on day one, maybe like 20 minutes after it was announced. They done that kind of weird Twitter announcement where it was broken into 7 parts and they kind of teased it for a while. So I just got it a few days ago, but I hadn't had a chance to get around to it yet. It took about 2 weeks to arrive. I guess that's typically pretty normal when you're ordering it directly from their website compared to someone like Amazon or something like that. It should be on other platforms relatively soon is my understanding, but for now it is only on their website. So I actually haven't opened this yet or anything, so I'm gonna do a quick unboxing, show you what it's like, and then I'll go use it for a few days and do a full review. Yeah, let's get right into it. So let's get this seal opened. And so far it's quite a nice box. Typically in the past, Bobo stuff was, you know, kind of a very much one-to-one mimic of the box for the Quest devices. So this is, they're kind of taking their own approach. That's very nice. You've got your instructions all up here, installation instructions, you know, list of all the parts and stuff like that. It's pretty straightforward anyway. We won't need any of that, but it is good to see it. And yeah, this packaging is quite nice, I must say. It's, you know, it's a small touch to do things like that, but it does make it seem, you know, like a much more premium experience, I guess, which is always fun. So there's the head strap itself. And then it of course comes with the rubber, their hex rubber pad for the back. So I'm slightly confused by why there's only one in here. There should be 2, so I might have accidentally gotten sent only one, so I might have to get in touch with them about that. That's unless is it somewhere else in the box? No. All right, well, I'll reach out to them about that. So I guess that's a bit unfortunate, missing something in the box. So I guess it's kind of good to do an unboxing, I guess, to see that. I thankfully do have those already from another head strap, so I can still use it, but that's unfortunate that there's, oh wait, no, actually, sorry, here it's showing that it only comes with that. That's really weird. I'll show you later what the other Bobo head straps look like. It comes with 2 parts, but yeah, it only comes with the down part of the honeycomb padding. That's an unusual choice. I wonder why they've done that. Maybe they found it better. I can't imagine they're trying to cut costs when it's meant to be the premium device. Here's the battery bank, so you got just a wee USB-C to C cable. There's come some instructions, and the battery bank itself. It's very nice heft to this battery bank. It's 10,000 milliamp hours. It's yeah, I mean, I will say this is a market improvement in terms of the build quality from the previous one. I mean, it is just plastic housing, but it's very nice, very smooth. It feels high quality. It looks, you know, very well made. So that's quite nice. And even, you know, that size form factor, even if you're just using this as a regular 10,000 milliamp battery, hour battery, that's pretty nice to have. I'll double check if you can charge devices from USB-C to C on this, but in the past I've always been able to with other batteries from them, so I'd imagine this is the same. That's quite nice. Build quality feels great. Let's take a look at the head strap itself. So head strap, it's quite light feeling, which, you know, is not a bad thing. You want it to be pretty light. Oh, that's nice. This is a more rigid, fixed mechanism. If you can hear and see that, that's pretty nice. Before it was just you know, a straight linear movement, so the fact that it locks in, I quite like that actually. Then this part is much more rubberized. That's very nice actually. Ooh, I didn't realize they had done that. The battery banks here, interestingly, it doesn't seem to use there's a standard kind of dock that they have for the previous headsets where it can screw out and you can use it on any of the head straps. This appears to be just purely integrated, so you couldn't take the dock out of this and use it on another one if you wanted. Then there's 2 magnets here. There must be magnets in there and then magnets in the back. So, oh yes, wow, that is that's very, very secure. Yeah, I'm not worried about that popping off. There's really solid magnets. Sorry, I wanted to see how strong it would be, but no, it wasn't quite that strong. But yeah, that's great. I quite like that. One of the major changes that they made was the adjustable arms here. So let me see, how do I adjust these? Do I just pull it up? Yep, that's it. You just pull it up and push it down. That's quite a nice feature to have. The range of movement, if you can see that, is quite minor, I would say, but perhaps on your head that's enough. But yeah, it's not a huge range of movement. It feels like 3 points specifically, but you can kind of put it in between the points if you want. But yeah, feels good. Then I'll see whereabouts I like to rest at, and then you've got these pads. These feel like the same as the other one, and all the cushioning feels the same. Their cushioning's quite good. I really like this rubberized part. That's pretty nice. I almost certainly will be using the honeycomb on this. I find that this type of cushioning just slides up on my head too much. It's too annoying. And then this is the fan that comes with it, so it's adjustable here. I guess it must have to be plugged into the Quest for it to turn on. So but yeah, you have a dial here for controlling the fan, and then a little screen here. I believe that shows you information on the charging state and also on the fan strength, although, you know, it's on the side of your head, so it's not super useful, but it's, I suppose, a nice addition. The fan, I will say this, I was kind of worried that this would add quite a bit of weight, but it does. It feels extremely light, you know, and it doesn't feel cheap, thankfully, but it does feel extremely light. Like this plastic housing, I'm going to be a bit rough with it here. It feels, yeah, no, that's solid. I'm not worried about that getting damaged or anything. And you have points of articulation in these arms also, which I like a lot, that this is so solid. Oh my god, and it has the locking as well. That's really nice. They didn't actually, I don't think they've made much focus on that at all, but that's a huge improvement in my opinion. I don't like to keep readjusting things. I like to have it adjusted for exactly how it is best on my face and then leave it at that. This wheel is rubberized, which is a nice touch, feels quite good, and slides out very quietly. And let's hear what's the ratcheting mechanism like. Okay, it's not the most confidence inspiring sound. Like the Albica battery head strap, the ratchet on it sounds a lot better, but it's fine. It sounds, yeah, it's not the best sound I've ever heard. It's very rattly. It sounds almost like something's a bit loose inside mine, but it seems to be working just fine though. I'm not keen on that sound at all though. And the only thing I would like to have, which was on the Transnovo head strap I reviewed recently, is I love when there's a quick release button. That's a really, really nice touch, but this unfortunately doesn't have that. But you know, you'll probably not get a head strap with absolutely everything. But first impressions so far, it's very good. Feels very solid. So let's quickly install it on my Quest 3. It's my Quest 3. Currently it has the mini head strap from BoboVR. This head strap is currently my favorite head strap. It's my head strap of choice, and it's your kind of elite style head strap, so it's not Halo style, you know, it doesn't have the forehead part, but I really, really like this head strap. So I'll be interested to see if the S3 Pro can replace this one. I'm going to decide which one to keep, although probably I'll keep both, because I like to have this one for more active games, because I find this type of head strap doesn't wobble as much in your head, while this type of head strap without the facial interface is a lot better for mixed reality or productivity or games where you're not, you know, moving about as much. Ultimately, I'll tell you which I think is the better of each for myself personally. So anyway, we'll quickly take this off and install the S3 Pro. Alright, and it just slips on the usual way. You're just sliding the arms into these kind of little brackets. So it's a relatively tight fit there, but it's okay. Oh, someone had warned me about this. That the AMVR head strap sits up too high for this. But thankfully I was going to use this without or sorry, the AMVR facial interface. I was actually going to probably use it without a facial interface. So let's take that off for now. And yeah, let's try to reinstall that. But that's something to be aware of. I'll take a look later and see if the two are usable together. But from that brief moment, it didn't seem like it was going to fit on whatsoever with it. So, but I suppose this is set to quite a high. Let me move this down a couple. Okay, that seems straight. Then just slide it on. I mean, the installation is quite simple. You don't have to worry about putting in any head strap into, or like, you know, the top strap into the little part there. That can be kind of awkward. That's it really. It's just you're installing those two things. It's got cable management already built in. It's still got a big kind of longer cable coming out. That's something that for a pro head strap I would have liked if it was maybe retractable in some way, make it a bit cleaner. But you know, even the official head strap still has that sticking out. So it is what it is. It's just the way it seems to be done. Sure, even the Quest Pro had a cable sticking out the back. And there we go. You can see it's got 17% right now. And let's see. Okay, so you press this in to turn on the fan. The fan's currently at 49. It's relatively quiet. Wow, at 100, that's it's quite loud. I can't imagine anyone ever using it at 100. Unless you're like really going for a fitness game or something. Although I can feel quite a bit of air moving about there. That's quite nice. That's better than other types of fan solutions I've seen. Let's see, what's a reasonable audio level? 40 seems pretty reasonable. Airflow feels, you know, not a whole pile different. I'm just feeling on my hand, of course. But that's it installed there. So hopefully you can get a good look at that. I mean, it's pretty cool looking, I think, with this circle on the front. And I like they didn't put any big branding on the front or anything. I think that looks really cool personally. And they've matched the color very well, which was a big issue I had with this other head strap with this weird gray color. This color's matched very well. This looks nice, I gotta say. It looks really nice, holy hell. Yeah, I really like the look of that. Oh my god. Sorry, I was kind of looking through the camera viewfinder and wasn't appreciating it properly in person. That looks gorgeous. Oh my god. I mean, I'm obviously, you know, a bit fanatical about VR and stuff like that, so I'm going to find something like this more gorgeous than probably is reasonable or than most people ever would. But yeah, looks great. That's the unboxing. I know that was quite a long unboxing, so apologies for that. Anyway, I'll move on to I'll go use this for a few days now and I'll get back to you and let you know what it's like. Alright, so I'm back with the S3 Pro and here to give you my thoughts on it. I haven't spent as long with it as I would have liked, but I think I've spent enough time to give a decent opinion and give my review on it, I suppose. So first things first, the Honeycomb Pad, I definitely need to use that. But that's a personal preference. I always have to use the Honeycomb Pad, otherwise the head straps just slip up too much. Funny enough, I was a bit annoyed earlier that it only came with the bottom one, it didn't come with the top one, but actually that seems fine. It seems like a good enough choice. It actually probably is the way I'd like to keep going forward now. So maybe they were onto something there. I think, you know, at this price they should have given both anyway. You know, what does this probably cost them, like 10p maybe, if I, you know, but that's fine. As to the battery, you know, does exactly what they said. It provides enough power to keep it at 100%. I didn't get a chance to stress test and like run it down a few times or anything like that, so I can't really speak to exactly how long you get out of it, but from my previous experience with 10,000 milliamp batteries in the Quest 3, it typically just under doubles your battery life. And considering that this one will keep it charged at 100%, you're actually going to get that properly. So next part I'd like to talk about is the fan. The fan is not good, unfortunately. It blows air, but it also just kind of blows. So the issue with the fan is it's noisy, you know, like they've tried to go with this type of, you know, spiralized fan that has a lot more fins, which, you know, improves airflow for the size of the fan, but you just have that tin sound. I don't know, I'll turn it up to full and hold it near the camera so you can hopefully hear it. It's honestly, the sound of the fan is really annoying. I couldn't use it for any length of time. Even if I have it turned to like 15%, it's just got that high pitch whine. It's maybe I might use it the odd time in the summer, but at that stage, you know, if I'm hot enough, I guess it's meant to be more for stopping fogging, but if I'm using a Halo style strap, I'm not using the facial interface anyway. And also there's no way for this to directly blow into the facial interface, so you're not really getting that benefit anyway. So if it's meant for cooling, it does kind of an okay job for helping you stay maybe slightly more cool. I don't know, but the noise is just too bad. So to be totally honest, if the reason you're buying this is for the fan, forget about it. Unless you really don't care about noise, for me it's unusable. I'm not going to use it. One thing I liked a lot about this head strap that I wasn't expecting to like was these adjustable arms. These actually came in handy, more handy than I expected. The original Bobo M3, I didn't realize that these arms weren't actually kind of a great height for me, so I have these in the middle setting, and that ends up working really well for me. When it's on your head and you move the arms, the amount that it moves it is way larger feeling than what you actually see in real life when you move it. Just like moving up and down with your hands. So I was really surprised by that, and also this more stiff articulation that's kind of, you know, set to points rather than rather than it being a smooth articulation. It's kind of ridged, if that makes sense. That part is a big improvement. So between the arms and the articulation, those parts I find to be really big improvement, and I really like those parts. The battery bank, you know, where people were talking about like, oh, the M3 Pro doesn't charge it up to 100% and stuff. Personally, I find no difference. I could use this battery bank or I could use the older one, and it would make absolutely no difference to me personally. If it's keeping my headset charged to 80% or it's keeping my headset charged to 100%, I really don't care. And these batteries are likely going to be more expensive, so that's actually a benefit to the older ones in my opinion. But, you know, maybe you really care about that, maybe it's a big deal. So in that case, absolutely, this is a better battery bank, objectively speaking. But in practice, personally, I find absolutely no difference. So I don't really, this isn't a selling point for me, or, you know, it's not a big enough reason. Then this back part feels a lot better than the M3. It just feels more solid. The articulation's a bit, well, it's basically the same actually, but it just, I don't know, it seems to cup the head better. The weight distribution is slightly better. Overall, the comfort between this and the M3 seem to be very, very similar. I would say this is, because of those more rigid points of articulation, because of the arms, I would actually give this the benefit. So I would say that this is maybe a 5%, 10% increase in comfort, which, to be fair, for something you're wearing on your face for many hours, any increase in comfort is a pretty big deal. However, if you already have an M3, I really don't think you need to go out and buy this. You should be more than happy with your, I'm sorry, I'm not saying you should be, I'm just saying, yeah, if you're happy with your M3, then you're not really missing out. If you haven't bought one yet of either of these and you're looking for a Halo style head strap, I would probably go with the S3 Pro, depending on the price. You know, if you're only paying maybe 30% more, then yeah, I think the S3 Pro is the way to go. If it's more of a difference than that, then no, I don't think so. Also, if you have an AMVR facial interface that has this kind of, high forehead lip, yeah, you can't use it with this, unfortunately. However, Personally, if I have a Halo style head strap with a pancake lens headset, then I don't want to be using the facial interface anyway. That's one of the biggest benefits for me. I know for some people, obviously, light leakage is unbearable for them. It like really ruins the immersion. In that case, the stock facial interface fits really well. It sits completely flush against this, and yeah, it's a really good experience. The main issue I have with this, which is the main issue that I have with all Halo style head straps, is the wobble. When you're wearing the headset and using it, it's going to wobble when you look around. There's going to be quite a bit of inertia. That's still the case here. That hasn't been improved, and I don't really think there's a way they can improve it unless you had these arms perhaps extend out onto the front, and you know, you had some sort of more elaborate system, even with a chin strap or something. I don't know. I don't think you're really going to get any improvement on Halo style head straps in that regard. Wearing the facial interface along with it surprisingly didn't seem to improve it at all. I guess if you really tighten and clamp it in, of course you're going to improve it. However, an elite style head strap like this one is going to be much better in terms of inertia. That's pretty much my review. There's not a huge amount to talk about. If you like the M3, you're going to like this. If you already have the M3, I wouldn't recommend upgrading. If you don't have the M3, then yeah, if the price is right, get this one. If not, the M3 is still great. As for whether I'm keeping this head strap or returning back to the mini head strap is a hard decision to make, because I really love the open design of this. I much prefer having no facial interface and it being wide open. However, the lack of inertia, and these days I for some reason find this type of head strap more comfortable, and the lack of inertia is really nice. However, you are wearing the facial interface. So which is better? It's really up to yourself. As for which I'm going to stay with, I'm still undecided. I kind of want to keep both and use them for different use cases, but I also feel like swapping head straps is annoying, and it also just feels kind of ridiculous to have two battery bank head straps. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do, to be totally honest. It's going to be a hard decision. I'm going to have to think about it, spend some more time, and come up with my conclusion. However, I think both of these head straps are great. Also, I'd just like to confirm that I'm in no way affiliated with BoboVR. I just quite like their products, but I don't have any affiliate links, or, you know, I haven't been sent anything for review. I bought these both with my own money. Apologies, my battery in my camera just went out. This is the most professional channel on YouTube, as you can tell. Anyway, this battery is also probably going to die in a second, so I'll just say goodbye. I'll leave it at that. But yeah, I hope you're all having a great day. Feel free to ask any questions. Anything I can answer, I will do. And yeah, there's plenty of other head straps out there. Make sure to watch many reviews from many people, because everyone has different shaped heads. Very important. All right, take care. Have a great day.